Hi, everyone. Welcome to Detour 2020, produced by Uninhibited Wellness. I'm Denise O'Malley, and I'm the founder of our company. We decided to launch this new series of videos and using the word detour because doesn't that feel like what we're all doing right now? It's a detour in life. And what we're doing is we're delivering free online webinars to help you cope with the unprecedented time that we're living in with COVID-19. Topics will be ranging from supporting your immune system, relationships, stress, and a whole lot more. Our guest speaker today will be Susan Golicic of Uninhibited Wellness, and we're going to figure out how to make every event, including the one that we're going through right now, an adventure. So Susan, such a pleasure to have you with me today. Thanks for doing this.
Thank you, Denise. I really appreciate it. And I think the idea of Detour 2020 is fantastic. I think especially right now, people need resources, and this is great. And people are going to need these resources in the future because at any time, whether the whole world is experiencing a detour or just one person, we all go through it.
Absolutely. Before we sat down together today, I was actually going through our list of videos that we've done in the past. And you're right, whether it's this time in our life or not, we're always going to have something that comes up, some challenge that we're facing. We just happen to be in this one together.
Right.
So there is something to be said about solidarity, but
Mm-hmm.
we're always going to need those tools to be changing our mindset. So talk to me about adventures and the time that we're in right now.
Okay. So adventure is really, whether you love adventure or you're leery of adventure or even afraid of adventure, adventure is in everybody's life. It's really whenever you do something that's new and uncertain. And so anytime you do something new, even if it's, I'm going to try a new restaurant, it's an adventure, right? Because you just don't know. Are you going to love it? Are you not so much? What's it going to be? And so adventure is really great because we view adventure, our brains kind of view adventure as this is something that could potentially be really exciting and really fun. So we kind of frame it, even if we're a little bit scared to do it or a little bit nervous about it, we still frame it as this is something exciting, this is something positive. And right now, what we're going through is there's a lot of messaging out there, and it's hard to know what's fact, what's not, what's being stretched and dramatized. There's a lot of negativity going back and forth as everybody tries to get a handle on what's happening and what's the right thing to do and the right
Mhm.
precautions to take. And so it's really stressful and really difficult, especially if someone is already dealing with some stuff in their life and then this hits them, and
Mhm.
it's you need to stay home and you need to limit contact and all of those things, all the precautions go against our human nature. Our human nature is to be connected, to be together, to be social. Even
Mhm.
for people that don't frequently like, introverts and need their space and time and everything, we still are wired for connection. And so it can be really difficult when we're basically told you can't live life the way you normally live it. You need to live it very differently. And so my view is, okay, well, what we need to do is we need to frame it as this is an adventure, because that is going to be a little bit more positive to try to look at it and process it and get through it.
And that's a great way to frame it with kids too. We have
Yeah.
a lot of kids not in school right now and a lot of parents stressing out. And, one of the things that I've been saying is how we look back and remember this time will be based on how we dealt with it. So everyone will have a different perception, no matter how bad the situation may be or not.
Right.
You got to look at it as an adventure. The kids might think back at it and say, yeah, that was a really tough time, but you know what? We came out of it stronger. Family, connection, the values, and that's awesome. So tell
Yeah.
me, what would be your best advice to give someone today?
So my advice, and a lot of this is coming from my experience at this time last year. So at this time
Oh,
last year,
yeah.
everyone was going through their lives, happy and doing normal stuff and everything. And in February, I had broken my leg. And so that was the first time that someone who loves hiking, running, being outside, adventuring, moving around, I'm not one to generally sit still much. And after breaking my leg, I was completely immobile for several weeks. And so I literally was living just like I am now, largely in my home, not moving around very much, watching a lot of silly movies on the computer, and reaching out to people via phone or virtually, because that's all I could do.
Right.
And I found that in order to try to remain positive and grateful for what I had and where I was and all of that in my life, and to help me get through the healing, I viewed it as an adventure. Okay, this is a challenge, one I hadn't faced yet. So what kinds of things can I do? I started to write more and tried to think of, okay, what kind of hobbies could I now try? Because most of my hobbies entailed doing something where I was moving around. So I had to try to get really creative, and I would try some things. Sometimes I was like, nah, I don't think I really want to spend any more time doing that. Or I'd, color for a little while, and I found, oh, I kind of like that occasionally, and so I'll do more of that. And it really helped me be much more positive and not feel down and depressed and upset with myself, because I viewed it as, okay, today's a new day. Will I get to do some small thing differently? Or will I, get to actually maybe open my door and go outside? And right now we're going through some really nice weather in Colorado. I know in other areas it's different and everything. But I remember a lot of snow last year. And so even the prospect of going outside was very dangerous. So, just even little things to me were kind of an adventure. And okay, so today I'm going to try to go in the kitchen and get an ingredient out that I haven't used in a while and cook something fairly simple. So there's all kinds of things that you can try to do. And of course, we're trying to balance what we need to get done, responsibilities we might have to try to work virtually, try to help kids get schooling. There's all kinds of things that we have to do, right? And so one thing that, is a bit of an adventure is how much of your normal routine can you still do? Right? And even that in and of itself is like, you wake up in the morning and, okay, so what do I usually do first thing in the morning? Can I still go through that same routine? And, even I always make the kids lunch for school. Well, get up and still make the kids lunch for school, and maybe get them involved in making their lunch for school so that they start to learn some techniques about that. And then it becomes a little bit more of an adventure for them, and a joint adventure. Do you want to try something new in your lunch today? Let's explore that. Let's see what we can create together. So keeping a little bit of the normal routine in, as well as trying out some new things here and there, because those new things could eventually become part of your routine once
Right. You may find you love it.
Yeah,
Yeah,
exactly.
absolutely.
And the idea of if you have family, friends, whether you're connecting in person because you live together or you're connecting virtually, challenge each other. Come up with, hey, so this is what I'm going to try to do today. What are you going to try to do today? And just, and there are things that you can do virtually. I'm part of a group where we do events every month involved with wellness. And I was talking to my partner today, and she said, hey, what do you think of a virtual happy hour? So it's a women, wine, and wellness group.
Yep.
But we can't get together in reality, but we can all get together virtually around happy hour. We can talk about our wellness, and we each have our own glass of wine. And then, so we're still getting that connection. We're doing a little bit of an adventure because it's not something you might normally do, but it's something new to try. And so that would be the best advice I'd give people is try to think creatively about, within the confines of what we're allowed to do and not allowed to do, what can you do? we are still allowed to go to the grocery store and buy food. So maybe buy something you've not eaten before or try a
Good
new
idea.
recipe. Yeah,
Especially when your favorite brand is no longer on the shelves.
right. Because you
Try
get,
something different.
yeah, we can't necessarily pick and choose everything that we normally get. So we're almost, forced to try something new, create some new recipes and
Mhm.
try new things and get others in your household involved so that you're working together on things. I would also give advice that don't just do everything together because we're all going to
Mhm.
have in a household a lot of togetherness. So be sure that each individual is also taking on some adventure themselves, so that everybody's getting their own alone time, their own growth time, etc. Maybe find certain things that a specific child could do or try, and try to find time for yourself to do something that you normally love to do. Even if it's, trying to play a new game on your own. Um,
Try to play
really,
a game virtually with other
yeah,
people. Why not?
exactly. Well, and of course, those that play video games know exactly how to do that. So maybe
Right.
the people that don't normally do that, give it a try. You might not like it and I might not want to do it again, but that's okay.
I want to try Monopoly with my family in various states.
That
Why
would be,
not?
why not? Yeah, all you need is one person to control the board, right? And then everybody else gets to make their decisions, and
Absolutely.
Monopoly can last quite a long time, so that could be a really
Yes,
good one.
exactly. Why not? You have to think creatively and outside the box, and that is the
Yes.
adventure.
Exactly. Yep. Yep. And those kinds of things, like I said, even if you find out that after doing something that, it wasn't as fun as you thought it might be, and maybe you don't necessarily want to do it again, that's okay because you were able to get through another day and you were positive while you were trying it out and you can try something else.
Fantastic tips all the way around. Last thoughts? These times together go by so fast. We could be talking about a million different
I
things
know.
together. So last thoughts that you want to add on that?
Just for
Advice?
everyone to, yeah, you know, as you try new things and as you try to get creative and adventure through this time, just really think about how grateful you are for what you do have. That's one of the great pieces about this is, we a lot of us are lamenting, oh, I can't go outside and I can't get together with my friends and I can't hug my friends, and because of the social distancing. And these are all things that we don't necessarily consciously think about. We take them for
Mhm.
granted because they're just part of our normal lives. And so, really think about if you're sitting at home and you're trying to be creative and come up with an adventure and you think, gosh, wouldn't it be cool if we could actually get together to play Monopoly instead of having to try to do it on the computer virtually? Just think about, gosh, I'm so grateful that I have been able to do that in the past, that I might get to try this new thing and see how it turns out, and that I know in the future I'm going to get to do that again.
And
And I
appreciate
also,
it more.
yeah, exactly. And I encourage people, don't, a lot of people are worried about when this is going to end and when it's going
Mhm.
to happen. And oh my gosh, I can't plan anything. I don't think there's anything wrong with saying, hey, friends, let's put a date on the calendar for May
Mhm.
and let's plan to get together, because people's calendars are fairly empty right now.
Right.
Let's plan a date to all get together and we're going to have dinner together and have some drinks and play Monopoly or whatever you're going to do. Go ahead and put those kinds of things, plan some future adventures and get those on the calendar. And then those are things to look forward to. And if for some reason that particular date can't happen, well, then you can just postpone it and push it out a little bit.
Mhm.
Or if we're lucky, maybe we can pull it forward.
Absolutely. And I think part of that I'm reading through the lines is also to be kind to yourself. Something that we can all remember right now. I
Yeah,
want to share
exactly.
with everyone Susan's website. So go to uninhibitedwellness.com if you want to learn more about what Susan does. and to reach out to her because as you can see, she's got this great attitude. Now might be a really good time to be working with her. The other thing I want to point out to you is that You Define Wellness has a Facebook page. Just search for You Define Wellness on Facebook. And if you go down to the notes section, it's the fourth one down, it's new. We have a list of virtual webinars happening that doesn't matter where you are, anywhere in the world. We need to get your Women, Wine, and Wellness on here too, Susan, so that we can add it. Some of these are free, some of these are not, but these are from people I know. And I highly recommend. It's a great time to be expanding your horizons, learn something new, something you hadn't thought of doing before. So please check out that page as well. It is just, we just launched it this morning, and we're packing it with as much information and events that we can. And coming up in April, we will be also doing a stay treat, and I'm looking forward to getting new word out about that. But that being said, this video is timely for any time, not just the dates that I showed you. Susan, this was great. Thank you.
Thank you. And just one more quick thing.
You bet.
So my book about adventure, today it's free on Amazon Kindle. So if you go, I did the promotion to coincide with this Detour 2020. So if you go to the Kindle site on Amazon, if you read electronic books and you search on my last name, Golicic, this will come up and you can have it for free today. So check it out.
Fantastic. Great deal. And if you happen to be watching this video, you can still get it on Amazon, even if you didn't get in on this special free deal. So that being said, thank you very much. And thank all of you for watching. We have over 100 videos on our YouTube channel. We hope to see you on another one very, very soon. Be well.
Thanks, Denise.